Hello and welcome to Cover 3 presented by Papa John's. We're serving up 3 slices of Clemson football for the Greenville News, the Independent Mail, and Orange and White. I'm Manny Robinson with Scott Kiefer, Marcel Louis-Jacques, Elizabeth LaFleur will join us later, and we have a new associate producer this week. Irma is her name, and she's displaced us a little bit, moved us here to the indoor facility here at Clemson, but you know she's done a lot worse to other folks, so we're just going to keep rolling and move on into a much welcome distraction this week as Clemson hits the Bourbon Trail to take on Louisville.
There you go, and there could be a storm of brewing in Louisville. I mean, ESPN's College Game Day is going to be there, and if you'll look back at last year, the last time Louisville hosted Game Day, they destroyed Florida State. So that's kind of a bad sign. But look, Louisville's team begins and ends with the quarterback, Lamar Jackson, reigning Heisman Trophy winner, and how Clemson is going to defend him will determine the outcome of this game. He has been susceptible to being sacked in the past, and if you look at it, that's where their offensive line keeps coming up short. They don't protect him well enough. Clemson has the best defensive front in the country. If they can put pressure on him and keep him contained, this could go Clemson's way.
Yeah, as you said, he had a great day against Clemson last year. They want to avoid that. They also don't want to get into a shootout with the State.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you look at their game against Auburn on Saturday, and 10 out of Clemson's 12 drives ended in a punt or a turnover. It does have shootout potential. You know, Lamar Jackson and company can obviously put points on the board in a hurry. So if Clemson's defense doesn't slow that offense down, doesn't slow those Cardinals down, I'm not positive that the Tigers have what it takes to keep up in a shootout in Kelly Bryant's first road start. As hot as the Clemson-Louisville rivalry has become over the past 3 seasons, the competition runs a little deeper for Clemson cornerback Trayvon Mullen, whose first cousin is arguably the best player in college football.
We got a good bond. We always having fun with each other and cracking about stuff and stuff like that. Because we was all great athletes back when we was little. Like, we was all having fun and just used to talk junk, like, before we played each other, just having fun, things like that. He's a good athlete. He put in the work. He prepared ever since he was little. He always trained. When he go home now, like, on breaks and stuff, he always training, like, just doing drills and helping out with other kids and younger kids and stuff like that, training, just getting better for himself as well. So I feel like where he at now, he's prepared and he's earned it. He was in college when I was in my last year of football, so he didn't really talk to me about too much of coming there, but we had conversations about, like, and I was like, man, I might come there because, feel me, you my cousin and we'll be good together and stuff like, because we never played with each other, so it was kind of like a thought of, like, playing with each other and stuff like that. But then I ain't too much look at it like that. I kind of looked at it as, like, where I wanted to go instead of, like, me and him playing together, even though we was cousins and stuff like that. I feel like I did make the best choice. He was happy for me. He felt like it was a good school to come to. He told me he got recruited by Clemson as well. We talked about, I think he had a mindset of coming here before at one point. We talked about that as well. He was really excited for me, happy. Because where we came from, it's just big that we both went to school. It's just a family thing. I mean, I made jokes, like, about the game one point. I was like, man, you ain't finna shake me how you be doing, like, stuff. Like, I was like, I would not let you hurdle me. Like, I was like, man, you not finna hurdle me. We'll just be laughing and stuff like that.
You know, Clemson's roster's been set for a while, but they go through cuts every week. In the barbershop over at the new football complex, and we caught up with the masterful hands that keep the Tigers fresh under the helmet.
I was working at Great Clips in Clemson. I met Coach Sweeney there, and he came in the salon. I asked him what his name was. I felt so embarrassed by asking him what his name was, so I didn't know who he was. So I had cut his hair, and ever since then, I've been the only person cutting his hair, and he asked me if I wanted to come over here and work. It's like a dream job. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, about 9 to 3. And just here for when the players need me. They had to get used to me being here and used to the barbershop being here because it's such a unique place to have in a facility for football, especially college football. So they were pretty standoffish, but now everybody's used to me being here and they love me being here, so I love it. I'm pretty comfortable with every type of haircut, every type of hair texture, everything like that. I just love hair, period. And it's a different experience because I know the boys personally, other than just being a fan of them. Like, I'm a fan of them personally, like their personalities, everything like that. I know them off the field. So it is a good good difference between it, and I'm really, really excited. It's just like I'm the only person, you know, that works here, so it's so unique, and I was overwhelmed at first, but now it's just amazing, and I'm very blessed to have Coach Sweeney and everything choose me out of all people to work for him. I love that. I love that. He's an amazing person.
Now let's throw it out to the fourth member of our team, Elizabeth LaFleur, who caught up with some Clemson fans to offer some tailgating tips.
Back then, they didn't have all these lined off spaces. You just took first come, first serve.
Our parking place for about 30 years was right along there, and now I'm about 10 cars up on the right.
We've come here since they moved us from by the stadium when they put the upper deck on the north side in the early 80s.
Well, I used to come down and drive my pickup, and we tailgated up on Cemetery Hill. So now I've turned it over to my son, and he don't have no pickup.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken and ham biscuits.
Deviled eggs.
Beer? No, chicken fingers.
We like a little bit of homemade stuff, so we have poor man's caviar, which is basically black beans in a salsa with bell peppers and onions.
We always enjoy beef tenderloin, and then sometimes we'll make crab cakes.
I love it all. Probably one of the most popular is just plain chicken.
The Fireball Rum Chata is the staple that we have at this tailgate. And bourbon. Yeah. And bourbon.
M&M's and Gillespie peanuts.
Just get your cooler and a basket and stack it full.
Be as social as you possibly can be.
Make sure everybody brings something different and everybody comes, has a good time.
Well, that's it for us this week on Cover 3, presented by Papa John's. If we survive the Bourbon Trail, you'll catch us next week as we bring it back for Boston College.